Hello everyone. Today in this video I'm going to show you how you can run BiaPy through the graphical user interface. So first we need to download the graphical user interface, okay? So if you open a browser, you can go to our landing page, which is biapyx.github.io, okay? So here in this landing page, apart from a few links, useful links like documentation or GitHub code, you will find here also a button to download the binary. Okay, so this page is automatically recognizing the operating system you are working with. So in this case, I'm working with Linux. So this button will appear here. Okay, so if you click on it, you will be redirected to the link to download the binary. Okay, so you can just click on download. Okay, so once that you have the binary file download, okay, you just need to double click it to run it. Okay, so in this case in Linux we need to make it we need to change the permissions, okay, and we just need to double click to run it. Okay, so this is BiaPy's graphical user interface. Here you have the logo, the version of BiaPy code that this user interface is running. Okay, the version of the GUI also. You can move the window like that. Okay, or clicking in the upper blank space. Okay, so here you have a few external links to our code, to the forum in case you have any questions or any problems using BiaPy. Okay, so you can post there, so we can help you. Also in the GitHub you can also create an issue. We have here also the documentation with all the explanations of all the workflows that are available in BiaPy, the transformations you can make to the data, and lots of things. Okay, so everything is in our documentation. Some templates, the notebooks, the Jupyter notebooks that we provide also to run BiaPy, and a citation link. Okay, so here mainly in this home window you have two main checks. The first one is going to check whether if you have Docker installed or not. Okay, so in case you don't have Docker installed, there will be the message will redirect you with a link to the Docker installation steps. Okay, the official Docker page. And also this the other check will be in charge of recognizing the GPUs, the GPU card in your computer. Okay, so these are the main two checks that this graphical user interface is doing. Okay, and we have here two options. So if it is the first time that you are opening BiaPy and you are not familiarized yet with its functionality, you can go directly to the wizard. Okay, this wizard will help you out configuring a configuration file, which is the requirement for running BiaPy. Okay. And also apart from these options, which will redirect us to the second tab, to the wizard tab. Okay, here we have the second option, which is to create a new workflow from scratch. Okay, or to load a workflow that you have configured already. Okay, so these two buttons will play with or match with the tabs here. Okay, with the workflow, generic options, train, and test. These four tabs are going are in charge of creating a new workflow from scratch, and this button will redirect you to the wizard. Okay, and finally, the last tab that I'm going to show you later is the last window to run BiaPy with using a configuration file. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how you can configure or create this configuration file, but here using the wizard. Okay, so we can just click on the wizard. We have been redirected to the wizard tab. Okay, so here is a message, the first page of the wizard, and it's telling you that you can use the wizard in all the questions that you are going to see later. In all the questions there is the wizard will be there, so if you click on it, you will have like further description of the questions. I'm going to show you this later. Okay, so in this first window we just need to select a configuration file directory where we want to save the configuration file. Okay, so for instance I want to choose this folder. Okay, and also we need to type a configuration name. Okay, so let's put like my segmentation, my first segmentation. Okay, so also apart from the wizard, I want to mention you that this in all the variables or all the fields that you need to type something, there are some information buttons that you can click on them, and a tooltip will pop up with further description of the field that you need to fill. Okay. Okay. So let's start. We have the configuration file that will be created with this name, will be saved in this folder. Okay, so just select to start. Okay, so this is the main configuration, the main window of the wizard. Okay, so here on your right you will have the question that you need to answer. Okay, the possible answers of that specific question, and as I said, you have here also the wizard that can help you out finding more information about the specific question that you are answering. Okay, so if you click on it, you will have a better or a more detailed description. Okay, but in case you have any questions or any problems, or something is not like very well described, please reach us out or comment in the forum or in the GitHub page, so we can change it. Okay, so here we have on our left the talk of a tree of contents. Okay, the talk, so we can here move jump from one question to another just by clicking on it. Okay, so here only 4 questions are shown, but as we are going to answer more and more questions, more questions will be appear depending on the answers that you have given. Okay, so let's start. In this for this example, for this demo, I'm going to create a configuration file to run a semantic segmentation workflow. Okay, where you have an input image, and you have well, I can show you. Okay, so if we go to our landing page, okay, here you have the link to the documentation, and here in the documentation you have the description of all the workflows that can be run with BiaPy. Okay, so if we go to semantic segmentation workflow, Okay, so this is the workflow that I'm going to run here. Okay, the input will be an electron microscopy image with just one channel. Okay, and what we want to segment here from here are the mitochondria. Okay, so in this case the mask or the target or the ground truth, which is a common word used in deep learning. Okay, so the target mask in this case will have only two values, 0 for the background and 1 for the foreground. Okay, the mitochondria that we want to segment. Okay, in this case, so 1 is on white and 0 is on black. Okay, okay, so then we are going to answer all the questions related to that workflow. Okay, so are your images in 3D? No. Okay, so my images are in 2D. So you can go to different questions, not only by clicking on the tree of content, but also with the buttons over here. Okay. When you have answered a question, it will be marked in blue, so you are aware of it. Okay, and yeah, okay. So the second question, I want to here I want to select this first answer, which is the answer related to the semantic segmentation workflow. Okay, so this second question is the toughest, let's say, question in the wizard, because it's going to choose under the hood the workflow that you want to run. Okay, so the case that I'm going to show you here is the first answer. Okay, so let's take it. Okay. In this question, you have a long description here in the wizard. You see that all the answers are correspond to a workflow in BiaPy. Okay, so there is a long description here, or so you can make the decision easier. Okay, so okay, so this is the answer we want to select here in this demo. Okay, so if we click on next, okay, so here is asking us if we are going to use a pre-trained model or not. Okay, so here in this question is where you can load a pre-trained model from trained before with BiaPy, or also to import a model from the bioimage model tool or torch vision. Okay, so we are going to have a separated video explaining just that. Okay, so it's more clear. So I'm going to select here no, I want to just build one model from scratch, and the all other options are going to be covered in that video. Okay, so okay, so just build one model from scratch. Okay, so here the next question is related to the object size that we are going to segment. This is more or less, I know that the mitochondria in this case are something like this. Okay, so I'm going to select this. This is an average object size. Okay, so just an estimation. Don't worry if you don't know it in too much detail, I mean. Okay, so next we need to select which we want to do with BiaPy. Okay, so we can train just train a model, or just test it, or do train and test. Okay, so what is training? For a deep learning model, there is a training phase where you need to provide this the knowledge to the model. The model is going to be trained, and then you can apply the model knowledge to generate new images or new masks in this case. Okay, then the knowledge that has learned before. Okay, so Here we are going to do both things, the train and test phase. Okay, so just click on train and test. Okay, and will appear a few options here. So these four options are in charge of telling BiaPy where are the images that you are going to use for training and test. Okay, so in this case, training data, the raw data. Okay, so I'm going to select the folder where the electron microscopy raw images are. Okay, so these images, so we can have them in mind. Okay, are these ones. Okay, these images, the raw images. So here I'm going to browse, and the dataset is already prepared. Okay, so I will choose the folder, and then after choosing the folder you need to check the data. Okay, so this process might take a while because it's going to check all the images one by one. Okay, so now the data is checked, so we can go we can jump to the next question. The next question is the same but with the ground truth. And what is the ground truth? Okay, I will open here again one ground truth image. Okay, so this is the ground truth images that we are going to use to solve this problem. Okay, so I will just take the path to the ground truth. Okay, so we need to check the data also, the images, the masks, and all the by analyzing these images, BiaPy is going to configure some internal variables accordingly. Okay, automatically. That's why we need to check the data, and also we are going to ensure that the images are going to be read afterwards when running BiaPy in a good way. Okay, so we can go to select the test data. Okay, so the test data in this case is here. Okay, again check, we can check. So these are the raw images. Yeah, and then we can jump to the next question, and here in the next question it's going to ask if we have ground truth data, target masks or not. Okay, so in this case we have them, so I'm going to select yes. So if you don't have any labels of the test data, just select no and it's okay. Okay, but if you have them, you can measure the performance of the network by providing the target ground truth and the predictions, the new masks that are going to be generated with the model knowledge. Okay, are going to be compared with the ground truth or the target data that we expect, and some measurements are going to be calculated. Okay, so in this case we have the test data. Okay, the ground truth in this case is here. Okay, and then I need to check the data also. Okay, so everything is set. Okay, so we can go jump to the as it was the last question. A summary window will be open. Okay, so here in this summary you have the configuration file that is going to be created. Okay, and all the answers that you have given. Okay, so if you agree with all the answers, you can just click on OK, and a configuration file is going to be created with all the variables automatically set, but by answering these questions, and that configuration file is going to be the one needed for running BiaPy. Okay, so just create it. Okay, so this is the configuration file we need to select. Okay, so when you click on the Git start is finished, you are going to be redirected directly to the last tab here, which is the tab in charge of running BiaPy. Okay, so here the configuration file will be automatically set with the job with the name that you have provided. The job name will be the same too, and also here you need to select the output folder, okay, where all the data will be stored. Okay, so I'm going to just select this folder, and here you can see that all the results are going to be saved or stored in this folder here. Okay, there is an option also to check the configuration file that you have just created, so you can just click on it. There are no errors there because we have used the wizard to create this configuration file. The wizard is prepared to not produce any errors, obviously, but if you are creating a workflow manually, maybe some of the variables that you select here are not correct. That's why we have this button to ensure that everything will work before running BiaPy. Okay, so in the last part here you need to select the device you will use for running the workflow. In this case, CPU will always appear. Okay, here in my case I have 2 GPUs also, so I will select just one GPU to train it faster. Okay, and I can click on run workflow. So once that I click on run workflow, you see here the running information window. Okay, so it has just started running the workflow that I have selected, the semantic segmentation workflow. Okay, but because here I have already the BiaPy container, Docker container downloaded. Okay, but if you don't have it, if it is the first time you are running it, the BiaPy container will be downloaded first, and then automatically it will run the workflow. Okay, so this container is you just need to download this container just once. Okay, so as you see I have it already, that's why it went straight to the running phase. Okay, so here you have some useful information of the experiment that you are running. Okay, so the job name, the date, the device you are using, the configuration file, some error and output logs. Okay, also we have put here the plot folder of the phases, meaning that here you are going to, if you click on it, you are going to be redirected to a folder where the training charts will be stored. Okay, so here you can see how the loss is increasing or decreasing. Okay, and how the metric also is changing over the epochs. Okay, and apart from it, also you have here the training and the test. In this case, because we are doing the test phase too, all the paths that we were using. Okay, so the container is running. You see that the window here is the terminal and how it's training the workflow that we have just selected. Okay, so I'm going to jump this window is going to be updated every 3 seconds more or less. Okay, you have here also some bars with the number of epochs that is going to be trained. Okay, maybe it finishes before 300 epochs. Okay, but it's just like the maximum epochs that it can be run. Okay, and then in the test phase we are going to process 165 files. Okay, so here are the bars, so you can have a more clear idea of what's happening. Okay, I'm going to just jump the video when this is finished. We have also a few logs with the error and the outputs as pointed here, okay, in the running window. So and also what the most interesting folder here is the results folder. Okay, so if you click on it, you go through the folders that have been created. Okay, so depending on the workflow you are running, different folders might be created. So you have a description of each of the folders in our documentation in each of the workflows. Okay, but here what we can see is, for instance, you have here the chart folder, which is the same one that is linked here. Okay, and here in this folder you will find two charts, two or more, depending on the workflow. Okay, so here, for instance, you can see the loss, how the loss function has been minimized during the training stage. Okay, and also in this case the IO, or the intersection over union. This is a bit more advanced, but so you are aware that we also create these charts. Okay, and the two main folders in this case for the semantic segmentation workflow has been created. The first one is the per image. For each test image, one image has been created here. Okay, so these are the semantic masks generated by the model for the test data, which has been the data not used for training the model. Okay, so if we open these files in Fiji, I'm going to open them. Okay, so here is the first mask for the first test image. Okay, so if I'm going to open also the original test image. Okay, the raw image used to generate this mask. Okay, which was this one. As you see, the model was able to segment the mitochondria in this case. Okay. Also here you will find this per image binarized, which is which will contain also the masks, but binarized with a threshold of 0.5. Okay, so if you see here, you see here in Fiji, okay, the value of each pixel. You see that these pixels in this workflow a probability of being a mitochondria or not. So it's the values are in between 0 and 1 range. Okay, so you see here like almost 1 when it is a mitochondria, and if you go to the contour, it will decrease a little bit. Okay, and then the background will be a very low value. Okay, so if we binarized this, you are going to see a mask. Okay, we can apply. I have just opened this file. Okay, I'm going to apply a lot. Okay, so this is the same image over here, but with a threshold apply. Okay, of 0.5 in this case. So this is how you can run a semantic segmentation workflow in BiaPy using the Gizzard. So apart from the windows that we have just explained, okay, the home window, when you have all this information, the Gizzard also, we have also jump into the run workflow tab, where all this information is present, and you can where you can run finally the configuration file that you have created with the wizard. Okay, so as I mentioned in the first minutes of the video, you have not only the option of run or create the configuration file through the wizard. You have also the possibility of creating it manually. Okay, so if you go to these options, just briefly, I'm going to explain how these tabs can work. Okay, because configuring a workflow with through these windows are going to be covered with all the videos for each workflow that we are going to do. Okay, but just so you can have a rough idea. Okay, in this window you will find the option to change the workflows. Okay, so you can move from semantic, image to image, instance, okay, object detection, with all the workflows available in BiaPy. Here you have also a learn more button that you can click. Okay, here more description, further description or in-depth description of the workflow is written. Okay, and also there is here a link for the workflow documentation. Here you have also a few datasets that you can use. Okay, so these buttons will redirect you to this dataset in case you want some examples of them, of this to run this workflow. You can just download these datasets available. Okay, so apart from this, if we will have two buttons, okay, one to go back and one to continue. You see that there are like four main windows in this process of creating a configuration file, which are these four tabs over here. Okay, so if we click on continue, okay, you will find more detailed variables here that to configure a workflow. Okay, so the wizard will by default configure automatically lots of variables that BiaPy needs to run a workflow, but here you will find fields to touch those variables. Okay, so for all the variables you will find an information button that you can click. Okay, and this will pop up a message with a further description of what is asking you to answer here. Okay, so for all the tabs the same format is preserved, meaning that we will have some basic configuration variables that you can touch, and you will have also more advanced options. Okay, but there are lots of variables here, but you don't need to touch all of them. Just with the basic ones you will configure a workflow with default settings that work really well. Okay, in almost all situations. So but as you are getting more and more familiar with the graphical user interface and with BiaPy in general, you will find useful some options in the advanced section too. Okay, so this is the general tab. Okay, we can go to continue. Then the last two tabs are one for performing the training phase, okay, and one for doing the test. Okay, so you here have a button in case you want to enable or disable these phases. Okay, so if you are not very aware of the what is train, what is test, we have also more videos available in our documentation, also explanations there to get familiarized with these terms. Okay, so in this training window you have here some basic variables, okay, basic options, and then more advanced options. Okay, so here you have, for instance, where are the image input raw images, and in this case, as we have selected, if we go to workflow again, we have select object detection workflow. That's why here in the training the target of this workflow are CSV files, okay, in this case, so that's why this appears here. But just to know that this is going to be to configure the input raw images, and this is going to be useful for the targets, okay, for the ground truth, let's say. Okay, so here again you have the same information button, okay. Also, as I mentioned, you have the advanced options, and here you will have in this tab the workflow specific options that you can choose. Okay, so make sure you you check out also these options. Okay, so we continue. We jump directly to the test phase. Okay, where here again you can browse a folder with the raw images that you want to use as test. Okay, here it's asking you whether if you have the ground truth or the target data also for these images. If you have, you can select to yes to also provide the path for those targets, okay. But if you don't have them, you can just select to no, okay. And in this case, in case you provide the test target, some measurements are going to be calculated, okay, to measure the performance of the model, okay. And you have again some basic options and again some advanced options, okay. And also you will have the workflow specific options that you can apply to the predictions, okay. And this last button will create the configuration file with all the settings, all the options that you have configured here, okay. So, and this is all for this walkthrough video of how to use the graphical user interface. But as I have said in this video, you have here a link to the forum, so you can post there any question, any problem that you have, so we can help you out, okay. Also you have the documentation for all the workflows, and we try also to explain as much as possible all the options that are available in BiaPy, okay. So yeah, bye bye and see you on the next video.